You lie in bed again, staring at the ceiling, counting the hours as the night drags on. Your body aches from exhaustion, yet your mind refuses to switch off. Maybe you've told yourself this is just part of getting older, or that stress is keeping me awake. But what if I told you that the true reason for your sleepless nights isn't age or stress, but something far simpler and more surprising? Something on your plate. Many seniors don't realize that the foods they eat in the evening, or even small, seemingly harmless snacks, can silently sabotage their sleep. That cup of tea before bed, the chocolate after dinner, or even a few biscuits can set off a chain reaction in your body that prevents deep restorative rest. These foods affect hormones like melatonin and cortisol, disrupt your natural sleep cycles, and leave your mind racing long after your head hits the pillow. Over time, this chronic lack of quality sleep quietly raises your risk for serious health problems, from high blood pressure to heart disease, memory decline, and even weakened immunity. Consider Mrs. Kim, a 67-year-old retiree. For years, she struggled with restless nights, often waking up 2 or 3 times before dawn. She believed it was just a normal part of aging. But after we looked closely at her diet, we discovered that her late-night snacks, fruit juice mixed with dessert, and a small cup of tea were preventing her body from entering deep sleep. After adjusting her evening meals and adding a few sleep-friendly foods, she finally began to sleep through the night, waking up refreshed and alert, almost as if she had reversed decades of sleep struggles. This isn't an isolated case. I've worked with dozens of seniors who believed that restless nights were inevitable, only to find that small, simple dietary changes made all the difference. The foods you consume, particularly in the evening, have a direct impact on your nervous system, your hormonal balance, and ultimately, your ability to achieve the deep restorative sleep your body needs. Many people assume that sleep aids or medications are the only solution, but in truth, nature has already provided powerful, gentle alternatives that can help you fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up feeling rejuvenated. What makes this issue so frustrating is that the very foods we often think are harmless can be the ones that disrupt our sleep the most. Sugar, caffeine, and certain processed foods may give temporary energy or comfort, but they silently interfere with your body's natural rhythms. On the other hand, there are foods that work in harmony with your body, promoting relaxation, supporting melatonin production, and calming the nervous system. By understanding which foods to include and which to avoid, you can regain control over your nights and finally say goodbye to tossing and turning. Tonight, I will guide you through 7 powerful sleep-promoting foods that can transform your evenings. These foods are simple, natural, and safe for seniors. They help your body relax, calm your mind, and prepare for deep, uninterrupted rest. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines, just the right foods at the right time. So if you've been frustrated, exhausted, or worried about your restless nights, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to help you finally experience calm, peaceful sleep. Just like Mrs. Kim and many others, you can reclaim the nights that have felt long and sleepless for far too long. Tonight, your journey to restful sleep begins, and it starts with what you choose to eat. As we age, our bodies change in ways that directly affect how we sleep. It's not just about being older or tired. Scientific research shows that after age 60, natural melatonin production, the hormone that signals your body to sleep, begins to decline. This means that your body may no longer feel sleepy at the usual bedtime, and even when you do fall asleep, the depth and quality of that sleep may be compromised. Seniors often experience lighter sleep, frequent awakenings, and reduced time in restorative stages of sleep, leaving them feeling exhausted in the morning, despite having been in bed for hours. Mr. Park, 68. A retired school teacher, came to me frustrated. I go to bed early, I try to rest, but I wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes more, he explained. He assumed this was normal for someone his age. However, after a detailed review, we discovered that the combination of his reduced melatonin and certain evening habits like drinking caffeinated tea and eating late desserts was keeping his body in a constant state of light alertness. Even minor disruptions in older adults can lead to a cascade of restless nights, making it harder to maintain focus, mood, and overall health during the day. What many people don't realize is that aging alone isn't the whole story. While it's true that the brain's sleep centers slow down over time, lifestyle choices, nutrition, and evening routines can either worsen or mitigate these changes. For example, research from the Journal of Gerontology shows that seniors who maintain regular sleep routines, reduce evening stimulation, and consume sleep-supportive foods can experience improvements in sleep quality comparable to decades younger adults. It's not magic, it's biology working in your favor when you give it the right signals. One lesser-known fact is that certain nutrients play a pivotal role in regulating sleep that many seniors unknowingly lack. Magnesium, tryptophan, vitamin B6, and omega-3 fatty acids directly support the production of melatonin and serotonin, the key chemicals that regulate sleep and mood. Many older adults simply don't get enough of these nutrients in their evening meals, unknowingly sabotaging their ability to drift into deep restorative sleep. By strategically including these nutrients in your diet, you can gently guide your body back into its natural rhythm, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Take Mrs. Choi, 71, for example. She reported feeling restless every night despite going to bed at the same time. By making small adjustments like adding magnesium-rich pumpkin seeds, tryptophan, rich cottage cheese, and a warm, calming herbal drink, she began experiencing longer periods of uninterrupted sleep. Within 2 weeks, she noticed that waking up in the middle of the night became rare. Her energy, focus, and even mood improved noticeably. These aren't isolated stories. Similar patterns have been documented in clinical studies demonstrating that small changes in evening nutrition can have a large impact on senior sleep quality. It's important to understand that disrupted sleep doesn't just make mornings harder, it affects your entire body. Poor sleep in seniors is linked to higher risks of hypertension, type 2 diabetes, weakened immune response, and even cognitive decline. Simply accepting restless nights as a part of aging ignores these risks, but the good news is your body still responds to the right signals. With targeted nutritional strategies and simple evening habits, you can reduce nighttime awakenings, lengthen deep sleep, and wake up feeling genuinely refreshed. So here's the question: if aging doesn't have to mean restless nights, and if small targeted changes in diet and routine can restore your sleep, why continue letting these nights pass in frustration? The foods and habits you adopt tonight could transform not only your sleep, but your overall health. In the next sections, we'll uncover specific foods and strategies that work naturally with your body, helping you reclaim the calm, restorative sleep that's been missing for years. Many seniors assume that avoiding coffee after dinner is enough to guarantee a good night's sleep, but the truth is far more complex and surprisingly sneaky. Caffeine, a stimulant found not only in coffee but also in tea, chocolate, and even some medications, can linger in your body far longer than most people realize. For older adults, caffeine's half-life, the time it takes for half the caffeine to leave your system, can extend to 8–10 hours, meaning a cup of afternoon tea may still be active in your bloodstream when it's time to sleep. Mrs. Han, 72, came to me after years of struggling with restlessness. She avoided coffee after 3 p.m., yet she found herself tossing and turning until 2 a.m. feeling frustrated and exhausted. Upon closer inspection, we discovered her seemingly harmless nightly habit: a small piece of dark chocolate after dinner and a chamomile tea blend labeled caffeine-free, which actually contained trace amounts of caffeine. These tiny doses were enough to interfere with her body's natural sleep cycle, reducing deep sleep stages and making her mornings groggy and irritable. Mainstream research confirms this pattern. A study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that even moderate caffeine consumption up to 6 hours before bedtime significantly delayed sleep onset and reduced total sleep time. Seniors are especially vulnerable because aging affects how the liver metabolizes caffeine. What might have been harmless in your 40s or 50s can now silently sabotage your rest. What's lesser known yet just as crucial is that caffeine not only keeps you awake, but also increases nighttime bathroom trips, especially in older adults. It acts as a diuretic, causing your bladder to fill more quickly and waking you repeatedly. This double effect, keeping you alert while prompting you to wake, creates a vicious cycle of poor sleep that can accumulate over months or years, contributing to long-term fatigue, memory decline, and even cardiovascular strain. One simple solution which many seniors overlook is switching to naturally caffeine-free alternatives in the late afternoon and evening. Herbal teas like rooibos, chamomile, or peppermint, as well as warm milk or tart cherry drinks, can provide comfort and relaxation without interfering with melatonin production. Mrs. Han, for example, replaced her nightly chocolate and caffeine-free tea with a warm oat and cherry drink, which is rich in tryptophan, a precursor to melatonin. Within a week, she noticed falling asleep faster and fewer awakenings, even without any other major lifestyle changes. It's also important to be aware of hidden sources of caffeine. Dark chocolate, certain protein powders, matcha, and even some over-the-counter pain relievers contain enough caffeine to disrupt sleep if consumed too late. Awareness is the first step, and small adjustments can have immediate noticeable effects. Think about this. If something as simple and common as a cup of tea or a square of chocolate can silently steal hours of your precious sleep, how many other habits are unknowingly keeping you awake? Could a small change, swapping these items for natural sleep-supportive alternatives, be the key to nights where you finally rest without interruption? The answer is yes, and in the next section, we'll explore another hidden culprit that many seniors overlook: sugar before bed. By identifying these small but powerful factors, you can start taking control of your sleep tonight. Many seniors have no idea that their evening desserts might be quietly sabotaging their sleep. While it's natural to crave a little sweetness after dinner, sugar has a surprisingly powerful effect on your sleep cycle. When you consume high-glycemic foods like cakes, cookies, or sweetened beverages close to bedtime, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. In response, your body releases insulin to lower glucose levels. But this sudden hormonal surge can disrupt melatonin production, leaving you restless and unable to reach the deep restorative stages of sleep your body desperately needs. Take Mr. Zhang, 65, a retired accountant who came to me after months of tossing and turning every night. He believed his sleep problems were simply part of aging. Yet, after reviewing his daily habits, we discovered his nightly pattern: a slice of cake or a sugary snack around 9 p.m., followed by a cup of milk tea with sugar. This small indulgence seemed harmless, but it was enough to spike his blood sugar, trigger insulin release, and prevent his body from relaxing into deep sleep. Within 2 weeks of switching to low-glycemic evening snacks like cherries, kiwi, or a small handful of almonds, Mr. Zhang began sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Mainstream medical research supports this pattern. Studies have shown that high sugar intake before bed reduces slow-wave sleep, the most restorative stage of the sleep cycle. Seniors whose sleep is already lighter due to age-related changes in melatonin and circadian rhythm are particularly vulnerable. Even small amounts of sugar late in the evening can create repeated awakenings, leaving the body fatigued and the mind foggy the next day. A lesser-known fact is that certain fruits actually support sleep rather than hinder it. Tart cherries, for example, are naturally rich in melatonin, while bananas provide magnesium and potassium that relax muscles and calm the nervous system. By choosing these nutrient-dense alternatives instead of processed sugar, seniors can satisfy their cravings while promoting deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Even a warm oat or almond milk drink with a hint of cinnamon can be a perfect evening treat, calming both mind and body. Mrs. Lee, 69, discovered this firsthand. She struggled for years with waking up at 3 a.m. every night. Once she replaced her late-night cookies with a small bowl of fresh cherries or a banana combined with a relaxing herbal tea, her body finally started to drift into sleep naturally. Within a few weeks, her night awakenings became rare and she began waking up feeling genuinely refreshed. What seemed like a minor habit had been silently preventing her body from achieving restorative rest. It's not just about avoiding sugar, it's about creating an evening routine that signals to your body: it's time to relax. Foods high in refined sugar send the opposite message, keeping your nervous system alert and your hormones out of sync. This effect compounds over weeks, months, and even years, making chronic sleep disruption feel like an unavoidable part of aging. But the truth is, small changes like swapping desserts for sleep-friendly fruits or nuts can dramatically improve your quality of sleep almost immediately. So here's the question to consider: if a simple slice of cake or sweetened tea can silently disrupt your nights, what other small dietary habits might be keeping you awake? By understanding the powerful link between sugar and sleep, you can start making choices tonight that will allow your body to relax fully and restore its natural rhythm. In the next section, we'll discuss the magic of magnesium-rich foods, one of the most effective natural ways to calm your body and enhance deep sleep even in seniors who have struggled for years. Magnesium is one of the most powerful yet overlooked minerals for seniors struggling with sleep. Often called the relaxation mineral, magnesium helps calm the nervous system, relax muscles, and regulate hormones that control the sleep-wake cycle. Unfortunately, many older adults do not get enough magnesium in their diet, and this deficiency can quietly sabotage nights of restorative sleep. Mr. Kang, 70, had been suffering from early awakenings and restless nights for years. He tried over-the-counter sleep aids and herbal teas, yet nothing seemed to work. When we reviewed his diet, it became clear that he was consuming very little magnesium, rarely eating leafy greens, nuts, or seeds, and often relied on refined foods. Once he began incorporating magnesium-rich foods such as spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and even dark chocolate in moderation, the change was remarkable. Within weeks, he noticed that he fell asleep faster and stayed asleep longer, waking up refreshed rather than groggy. Mainstream research supports this effect. Magnesium plays a crucial role in regulating neurotransmitters like GABA, which are responsible for quieting nerve activity and promoting relaxation. A study published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences demonstrated that magnesium supplementation improved sleep quality in older adults, reducing sleep latency and increasing sleep efficiency. This isn't just a minor improvement, it can be the difference between tossing and turning all night and waking up fully rested. But here's a lesser-known insight. Magnesium also interacts with other key nutrients that influence sleep. For example, combining magnesium with vitamin B6 helps convert tryptophan into serotonin and melatonin, the hormones responsible for relaxation and sleep onset. Certain foods naturally provide this combination. Pumpkin seeds, for instance, are rich in both magnesium and tryptophan, while leafy greens like spinach supply magnesium and a variety of B vitamins. By choosing the right foods, seniors can create a natural nutrient-based strategy for peaceful nights without relying on pills or chemical sleep aids. Mrs. Choi, 68, discovered the power of magnesium firsthand. She had struggled with waking at 3 a.m. every night for months. Once she began adding a small handful of almonds or pumpkin seeds after dinner and occasionally a cup of warm spinach-based vegetable soup, she noticed a significant improvement. Within 2 weeks, the frequency of her night awakenings decreased dramatically, and she reported feeling more relaxed before bed. Small, consistent changes like these can completely change the sleep experience for seniors who have long believed that poor rest is inevitable with age. Another advantage of magnesium-rich foods is that they support cardiovascular and muscle health, which is especially important for older adults. Poor sleep is often linked with tension cramps and discomfort in the body, all of which can make falling asleep difficult. Magnesium helps muscles relax and blood vessels dilate, reducing physical tension and creating the perfect environment for sleep. So here's the question. If something as simple as adding magnesium-rich foods to your evening routine can transform restless nights into deep, restorative sleep, why continue relying on medications or tolerating fatigue? The solution is both simple and natural, yet remarkably effective. In the next section, we'll explore omega-3 fatty acids, another essential nutrient that not only supports heart and brain health, but also helps regulate sleep hormones and improve overall rest. Omega-3 fatty acids are often celebrated for their benefits to heart and brain health, but their impact on sleep is less widely recognized, especially for seniors. These essential fats play a key role in regulating melatonin, the hormone responsible for signaling your body that it's time to sleep. Without sufficient omega-3s, melatonin production can drop, making it harder to fall asleep. Stay asleep and enjoy the deep restorative sleep that your body needs to function optimally. Mr. Shin, 67, had been struggling with frequent night awakenings for years. He felt exhausted every morning despite going to bed at a reasonable hour. His diet was low in omega-3s. He rarely ate fish, nuts, or seeds. When we introduced omega-3 rich foods such as sardines, salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds into his daily meals, the effect was dramatic. Within a few weeks, he began to fall asleep faster, experienced fewer awakenings, and woke up feeling genuinely refreshed. This simple dietary change addressed a root cause of his restless nights, not just the symptoms. Mainstream research confirms these benefits. A study in the Journal of Sleep Research found that higher omega-3 levels are associated with increased sleep duration and quality in older adults. Omega-3s support the nervous system and brain function, reducing inflammation and regulating neurotransmitters that influence sleep patterns. For seniors whose sleep is naturally lighter due to age-related changes in circadian rhythm and hormone levels, omega-3 intake can make a tangible difference in both falling asleep and maintaining deep sleep throughout the night. A lesser-known fact is that omega-3s influence the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids in the body. Many seniors unknowingly consume a diet high in omega-6, as found in vegetable oils, fried foods, and processed snacks, which can increase inflammation and contribute to sleep disturbances. By intentionally adding omega-3 rich foods to your diet, you can restore this balance, reducing inflammation, calming the nervous system, and creating a more favorable environment for restorative sleep. Mrs. Park, 69, experienced similar improvements. She had been waking up multiple times a night for years and struggled with morning fatigue. After incorporating omega-3 rich foods like sardines and chia seeds into her evening meals along with a light magnesium snack before bed, her sleep improved within 2 weeks. Not only did she experience longer periods of deep sleep, but her overall energy and mood also improved. These changes illustrate how nutrients can work synergistically, helping seniors reclaim the quality sleep that often feels lost with age. Another advantage of omega-3s is their support for brain health. Poor sleep is closely linked with cognitive decline, memory loss, and mood disturbances. By improving sleep quality, omega-3s indirectly enhance mental clarity, focus, and emotional well-being. Seniors who consistently include these fats in their diets often notice improvements not only in sleep but also in daily alertness and mood stability. So here's the question to consider: if something as simple as adding a few servings of omega-3 rich foods can restore deep restorative sleep, reduce night awakenings, and support brain health, why wait any longer? The solution doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated routines, just mindful choices about the foods you consume each evening. In the next section, we'll explore herbal sleep boosters, natural options that can further enhance relaxation and calm the nervous system, helping you drift into sleep effortlessly and peacefully. Many seniors underestimate how much late-night meals affect their sleep. While it's tempting to enjoy a hearty dinner or a second snack close to bedtime, heavy meals can silently sabotage deep restorative rest. When you eat large portions late at night, your body must focus on digestion rather than relaxation. Blood flow is directed to your stomach and intestines, and your nervous system remains active, making it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, or reach deep sleep stages. Mrs. 069 came to me after months of struggling with sleepless nights. She reported going to bed full, often finishing dinner at 9 p.m. and waking multiple times throughout the night with discomfort and indigestion. She assumed that her insomnia was a natural part of aging. After examining her routine, we discovered that her heavy dinners, often including fried foods, red meat, and large portions of rice, were overtaxing her digestive system and keeping her body alert when it should have been resting. By simply adjusting her meal timing and portion size, eating dinner earlier, and choosing lighter, nutrient-rich foods, her sleep quality improved dramatically within 2 weeks. She began waking less often and feeling more refreshed in the morning. Mainstream research supports this observation. Studies indicate that consuming high-fat or heavy meals within 2 hours of bedtime increases the likelihood of nighttime awakenings and reduces slow-wave sleep, the stage responsible for physical repair and rejuvenation. Seniors are particularly sensitive to this effect because digestion naturally slows with age, making large late-night meals even more disruptive. A lesser-known insight is that certain foods not only prevent sleep but also indirectly interfere with melatonin production. Heavy or spicy dinners can trigger acid reflux, heartburn, and increased cortisol levels, all of which keep the body in a state of alertness. On the other hand, lighter meals that include sleep-promoting nutrients such as leafy greens, lean protein complex carbohydrates, and magnesium-rich foods support relaxation, reduce digestive strain, and encourage your body to enter deeper sleep stages naturally. Even a small balanced evening salad or steamed vegetables with fish or tofu can make a significant difference in sleep quality for seniors. Mr. Kim, 72, experienced years of interrupted sleep, often waking with stomach discomfort. Once he shifted dinner to 7 p.m., kept portions moderate, and avoided fried and processed foods, he noticed remarkable improvements. Not only did he fall asleep faster, but he also remained in deep sleep for longer stretches, waking up refreshed rather than groggy. His experience illustrates how small adjustments to meal timing and composition can dramatically influence restfulness. Another important factor is hydration during and after dinner. While adequate water intake is essential, drinking large amounts right before bed can increase nighttime urination, disturbing sleep. Seniors should aim for balanced hydration throughout the day and minimize fluid intake an hour or two before bedtime. Combining this with lighter evening meals creates an optimal environment for uninterrupted restorative sleep. So here's the question: if heavy dinners and late-night snacks can silently disrupt your nights, keeping your body alert and your mind restless, isn't it worth reconsidering your evening habits? By choosing lighter meals and adjusting timing, you can allow your body to focus on rest rather than digestion, paving the way for deeper, more restorative sleep. In the next section, we'll explore hydration and bedtime, a surprisingly influential factor that many seniors overlook but can make a major difference in achieving calm, uninterrupted nights. Many seniors overlook the subtle yet powerful impact that hydration has on sleep. Both dehydration and excessive fluid intake before bed can silently sabotage a night of restorative rest. Dehydration can cause dry mouth, headaches, and muscle cramps, all of which make falling asleep and staying asleep more difficult. On the other hand, drinking too much water right before bedtime can increase nighttime urination, repeatedly waking you and disrupting your sleep cycle. Achieving the right balance is essential for deep, uninterrupted rest. Mr. U66 came to me after months of restless nights. He reported waking 2 to 3 times every night to use the bathroom, then struggling to fall back asleep. He assumed it was part of aging and something he had to tolerate. Upon reviewing his habits, we found that he was drinking large amounts of water and herbal teas within 30 minutes of bedtime. By adjusting his hydration, ensuring he drank sufficient fluids during the day but limiting intake an hour before bed, he noticed a dramatic improvement. Within a week, he began sleeping through the night without interruptions, waking refreshed and alert. Mainstream research supports the importance of timing fluid intake. Studies indicate that older adults who consume most of their daily fluids earlier in the day experience fewer nighttime awakenings and improve sleep quality. Proper hydration supports optimal blood pressure, regulation, temperature control, and organ function during sleep, all critical for seniors. At the same time, maintaining hydration throughout the day ensures that you don't become dehydrated at night, which can lead to irritability, restlessness, and poor sleep efficiency. A lesser-known tip is that certain beverages can actually enhance sleep if consumed at the right time. Tart cherry juice, for example, is naturally rich in melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. A small glass of tart cherry juice 1-2 hours before bedtime can provide a gentle melatonin boost, helping your body transition into deep restorative sleep. Pairing this with a light snack rich in magnesium or tryptophan, such as pumpkin seeds or a banana, can further enhance sleep quality, creating a natural, safe alternative to medications. Mrs. Kim, 67, experienced a similar transformation. She often woke repeatedly during the night feeling parched and restless. By adjusting her hydration, drinking most of her water earlier in the day, and having a small cup of tart cherry juice with a few almonds 90 minutes before bedtime, she began experiencing uninterrupted nights. Not only did she sleep longer, but she also reported feeling calmer and more focused during the day. This simple change, often overlooked by seniors, had a profound effect on her overall well-being. Another consideration is the impact of caffeine and alcohol on hydration and sleep. Both substances can act as diuretics, increasing nighttime urination and fragmenting sleep. Even small amounts of caffeinated tea or a glass of wine late in the evening can interfere with hydration balance and sleep quality. Being mindful of these hidden factors and adjusting your intake accordingly can make nights far more restful and rejuvenating. So here's the question. If something as simple as balancing your fluids and timing your drinks can reduce night awakenings and promote deep sleep, why continue enduring restless nights? Small adjustments in hydration combined with the sleep-promoting foods and habits we've discussed can dramatically improve your nights, leaving you refreshed and energized each morning. In the next and final section, we'll summarize all the strategies we've covered and create a simple, actionable plan to help you finally enjoy calm, restorative sleep every night. After exploring the hidden causes of restless nights, from aging-related hormonal changes to diet, hydration, and lifestyle factors, it's clear that achieving deep restorative sleep is not as complicated as it may seem. For seniors, the right combination of foods, habits, and mindful routines can transform nights of tossing and turning into peaceful, refreshing rest. Let's recap the 7 powerful sleep-promoting foods we've covered and how they can make a difference. Low-glycemic fruits like cherries and bananas support stable blood sugar and naturally boost melatonin, helping you fall asleep faster. Magnesium-rich foods such as spinach, almonds, and pumpkin seeds relax muscles and calm the nervous system, creating the perfect environment for deep sleep. Omega-3 rich foods like sardines, salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds support melatonin production and brain health, reducing nighttime awakenings. Herbal sleep boosters including chamomile, valerian root, and passion flower calm the nervous system and enhance relaxation without medication. Light, nutrient-rich evening meals prevent digestive strain and allow your body to focus on rest rather than processing heavy foods. Balanced hydration ensures your body stays comfortable through the night, avoiding both dehydration and repeated trips to the bathroom. Limiting late caffeine and sugar prevents hormonal imbalances and blood sugar spikes that can disrupt sleep cycles. These are not just abstract recommendations. They are practical, actionable changes that have transformed the nights of countless seniors. Take Mrs. Kim, who struggled for years with multiple awakenings, by adopting a routine that included magnesium-rich snacks, herbal tea, tart cherry juice, and lighter dinners. She was able to sleep through the night for the first time in decades. Mr. Park, Mr. Lee, and others have experienced similar life-changing results. These examples show that small, consistent adjustments can have a dramatic impact even for those who have believed that poor sleep is inevitable with age. Here's a simple, actionable nightly routine you can adopt to begin transforming your sleep starting tonight. Finish your evening meal 2-3 hours before bed to avoid digestive strain. Opt for lean proteins, leafy greens, and low-glycemic carbohydrates. Limit caffeine and sugar after late afternoon. Choose herbal teas, warm oat drinks, or tart cherry juice instead. Include a small magnesium-rich snack like pumpkin seeds or almonds about an hour before bed. Sip a calming herbal tea 30–60 minutes before sleep, combining it with tryptophan-rich foods if possible. Hydrate strategically throughout the day, but reduce fluid intake an hour before bedtime to avoid unnecessary night awakenings. Create a relaxing bedtime environment. Dim lights, cool temperature, and calm music or silence can signal to your body that it's time to sleep. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same times daily to reinforce your circadian rhythm. Remember, consistency is key. These changes work best when implemented together, creating a natural synergy that encourages your body to relax, restore, and rejuvenate each night. Sleep is not just about feeling rested. It impacts memory, mood, cardiovascular health, and overall quality of life. By prioritizing sleep-friendly foods, hydration, and mindful evening routines, you are taking an active role in protecting your health and vitality. The truth is, your body is still capable of achieving deep restorative sleep at any age. It simply needs the right signals and support. So, tonight, start with one small change. Perhaps swap your late-night dessert for a bowl of cherries. Enjoy a handful of pumpkin seeds or sip a calming herbal tea. Build on this foundation each night, adding one element at a time. Within weeks, you may notice not only deeper, uninterrupted sleep, but also improved energy, mood, and overall well-being. You deserve calm, restorative nights. You deserve mornings where you wake up feeling rejuvenated and ready to embrace the day. By taking these steps and nourishing your body with the right foods and habits, you can finally say goodbye to restless nights and reclaim the sleep your body has been longing for. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a foundation for health, longevity, and happiness. Start tonight. Take control of your evenings and allow your body to rest, restore, and renew itself naturally. Your journey to peaceful restorative sleep begins now.